Hello everybody, Othium here, and welcome to episode 3 of Final Fantasy I, Dawn of Souls. Off camera I did some more grinding, so all my characters are about level 9, and as you can see they're a lot more powerful, much more health, much more magic, so they can take on the mobs just that much easier in this area, because the ogres, the crazy horses, and a few of the other mobs can really kill Othium and Amy pretty easily because they don't have as much armor as David and Nate. But they are pretty high attack power, so I can kill most mobs without too much of an issue. And of course, Amy is the white mage, so her attack power is just not as high, but as you can see now, my monk can do 4 hits, which is now over 100 hit points every damage, which is nice. So, as my previous videos, and if they're not being too long, I'll just go ahead and do the fights in them. If it makes the video too long, then I'll go ahead and skip fights later on in the later videos, just so you can get storyline. We're heading north to this cave. This is Matoya's cave. It's one of the first side-ish quests in Final Fantasy I. So it's not going to continue on my storyline, but it can be important later in the game that I do this. So, we have this witch. She's looking for her eye. She can't find her eye, and she's running into things. So, I guess we need to help her out and find the eye. But I think that comes down later when we actually find the eye. So we're not too worried about this now. I'm going to go ahead and open up these chests for my reward to doing the quest. And that'll give me potion, and I believe an antidote was the first one. And if you talk to the rooms, they'll tell you a hint. The hint is for you to view the world map. So if you hold down B and and press select on the world map, you'll actually get to view the map. So, oops, went the wrong direction. See, I tried to show you what it was. So this just shows you what the world map is. Current position shows you different cities in the area and where we need to go next. And like I said, or like you saw last time, we're still on foot, so hopefully by the end of this episode we will actually have our boat, which will come very handy throughout this game. And we'll still do our attacking stuff. Trying to attack the most powerful one, which is the Warg-Wolf, I think. So we want to get rid of that first, and of course Othium can do it one hit. They're taking Amy's health down a little farther than I like. Not happy about that. I started getting rid of the sound because it is getting way off. And hopefully the way I'm starting to record some of the newer episodes, that'll go away. Because I do like the sound in Final Fantasy I. It's not the best in the world, but it's pretty dynamic for a Nintendo game. Because I think the first Final Fantasy came out on Nintendo. I was really tempted to play that version, but this one seemed like a little bit better of a start for me. I've played this game before. I haven't actually played the first Final Fantasy on Nintendo, so that might be a fun thing to do eventually, but not on camera. We'll just go and do that for my own enjoyment. So now I'm heading over to Pravoka. It's the next town, the next quest, and the next storyline piece. And now we're going to start taking on some stronger mobs like these ogres and crazy horses and a bunch of other big things. Wow, that dropped 195 gil. That was a nice target. These lizards are kind of annoying because you don't do as much damage to them with your physical attack, so, well, I guess not. My monk just kind of slaughtered it. Again, as you can see, I really, really like my monk. I'll be making lots of comments about how powerful he is. He is still kind of he's kind of glassy, so he can be hurt pretty easily, and right now he doesn't have a lot of health, which I always thought was weird, because in Final Fantasy XI, which the 4 or 6 original classes were kind of supposed to be based off of the 6 original classes in Final Fantasy I, the monk has one of the best health meters out there, and here you're showing that he doesn't. So really he's just physical tank, or a physical damage dealer, and he does his job very, very well. Of course, only if you unequip him. I think you can, hope eventually we can equip him with some hand-to-hand weapons, because you can equip him with some nunchucks and a few other things, but it definitely limits his capability, because his fists just do the damage that needs to be done without any help of weapons, which means he's one of the cheaper classes to have, which is another reason why I like having him in the parties. Since 2 mages, you have to equip them fairly decently, especially the red mage, because he can get some much heavier armor, and the white mage needs the spells. They both need the spells, and the spells can get expensive. So I'm not too worried about doing all that expensive stuff on Oathium, because he can take it on its own. Alright, so here's the next storyline. We're going to fight these pirates that are taking over this town. So it's kind of like a pseudo-boss fight, not quite as bad or not quite as hard as Garland, but a decent challenge all the same. So in this case, I'm going to try and throw sleep on them using my red mage. This way, a lot less of them will get off their hits, and so I can try and kill them without taking too much damage. And I killed one of the ones right away that wasn't sleeping. That's always good. So I'm going to attack the ones that aren't sleeping, and then put everybody else on a different thing. Since I don't really need health, I don't need a heal, I'll have my white mage attack for now. Even though she can't really do a one-hit kill. Oh, I take that back. My white mage can do a one-hit kill. So this is before getting into some of the earlier Final Fantasies. I didn't really know what classes were, like tank, damage dealer, healer. I knew there was a healer because you had your white mages, and so I knew there was a healer class, but I didn't know the actual rules of each person. Back when I was playing Final Fantasy VII, I just pretty much had them attack, them all learn magic, and but then later on, when I started getting into the mechanics of the game through later runs, I realized there were people that were good at a lot of magic, there were people that were not good at a lot of magic, and I learned about prepping my characters for the type of fighting that they're going to be doing. I think I was trying to equip that shield to my red mage because he's got lower defense than the warrior, but looks like the lead shield will not equip on my red mage. So now we're going to go ahead and do some shopping here and get some equipment. There's the item store. I don't think I really buy anything from the item store too much. I will later in the game when I don't have to spend so much money on equipment. Because for now I can just run into an inn and heal myself if I'm afraid of what's going on, what's going to happen. So I kept on messing up. I'm like, 1,550 kill? That doesn't make sense. Oh, well, that's why. I was hitting the wrong key. There we go. We want 4, not 41. So now we have the best armor we can get for each person. We'll go ahead and optimize their armor. And I'll just go through all 4 of them and optimize. And yeah, her defense is at 2 now. So she's just my little glass healer. Alright, so we're heading out. And can go ahead and get some magic spells and our weapons at this point. As you can see, I'm still getting used to the joypad and the running function in the game. That is a running function in game, not a hack or anything like that. So I thought it was always nice that in towns you can run. Can't run in the world map though. So we'll get 1 broadsword because that's what a red mage can handle, and a battle axe for our warrior. Both of them are very expensive, but well worth it at this point because they will definitely up the damage that I can do for each of my each of those 2 guys. And so now we're doing our black magic. Again, the magic is more expensive. I'm going to do Blizzard because I needed the I I think I'm choosing Blizzard, and I think I'm choosing Slow. Yeah, we'll do Blizzard because it's another damage. Do Dark because it affects all enemies. And we'll do Slow because it affects all enemies. Temper increases the one person's attack, but I never thought of it as really that necessary because it is only one person rather than affecting everybody. Hopefully in later episodes too, since it is so silent, that I'll get some background music, maybe some traditional Final Fantasy from different episodes, just for nostalgia's sake. Alright, now I'm getting Invisible, I think Null Shock, and Silence, or Blind, I think is one of the ones I got. So, yeah. Oh yeah, I couldn't buy everything I needed, so I had to go somewhere and sell some items before I could buy everything I needed. But at this point we do have the boat, so as soon as I'm out of this town, we're going to go ahead and call it quits for this episode. I know technically I could continue on to Elfheim, because with Elfheim it's just buying some more stuff, which I'm going to have to grind for. So I think ending it here, doing my grinding, showing you how to get to Elfheim, or start the video when I show you how to get to Elfheim, is going to be our best bet for the start of the next episode. There we go. Oh, I did do Null Shock. I may not have done Silence then. Maybe because not as many enemies have magic, and Silence only really affects mobs' ability to do magic. Well, that should do it for now. I'll show you the boat, and thank you for watching my episode 3 of Let's Play Final Fantasy 1. Have a great day.